Hi, I am Nurshada Zuleka Binti Tahir, 060SK20F2075.
My name is Umi Shahidatul Hafizah binti Al-Khori. My matrix number is 060SK20F2054.
My name is Ramadania Balkis binti Solharti and my matrix number is 060SK20F2009.
My name is Nur Hadinah binti Rahman and my registration number is 06DSK20F2085.
Salam sejahtera, my name is Priyadarshini Rama. My matric number is 06DSK20F2082.
What is rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting, also sometimes known as rainwater recycling, is the collection of rainwater with the purpose of putting it to good use. It's the simple process or technology used to conserve rainwater. Traditionally, this involved harvesting the rain from a roof. The rain will collect in gutters that channel the water into downspouts and then into some sort of storage vessel. Rainwater collection systems can be as simple as collecting rain in a rain barrel or as elaborate as harvesting rainwater to supply the entire household demand.
Today, we will discuss technique for capturing and storing rainwater in order to prevent runoff. When rainwater is harvested, runoff from household other impermeable surface is collected and stored for future use. Harvesting rain from a roof is the traditional method for doing this. Rainwater will gather in gutters that filter it before directing it into the main tank of rainwater. It can be used for household demands such as water gardening, washing clothes, flush toilets, and washing cars.
The first system starts with rooftop. The first component of every rainwater harvesting system is the catchment area. Rooftop provides a hard surface that is separated from the debris that are found on ground surface. For instance, dirt, gravel, animals, cars, oil, and many others are common on the ground. This is why collecting rainwater from the paved driveway requires much more intense filtration process. Roofs, on the other hand, are generally only exposed to a few contaminants which are easily filtered and removed.
Diversion conveyance. The next step in the rainwater harvesting process is diverting the rain from the rooftop into the rainwater storage vessel. There are two primary methods of diversion. Firstly, below-grade storage. Water flows from the downspouts and into underground conveyance where it is gravity-fed into the storage. Secondly, level or above-grade storage. In the case where the water storage is on grade or even a little above where the downspouts and a wet conveyance system is needed. Many homes today use a wet conveyance system. They require the downspouts be replaced with sealed conveyance. Therefore, as the water fills up the conveyance, gravity will push the water into the storage. After the downspouts, the conveyance is placed underground all the way to the main tank.
Today I'm going to talk about the pre-storage filtration. Before entering the rainwater storage vessel, the water is sent through a robust pre-storage filter that are called gutter. This pre-filter has two primary functions. First one is filtration. The major contaminants that could flow from the roof and through the ingredients such as leaves and other large contaminants are easily filtered out throughout the filter. Second one is oxidation. As the water passes through the filter, it is designed in such a way that highly oxygenates the water, which keeps the water naturally fresh and pure. The filter is designed to be very efficient yet effective. Most pre-storage filters use a metal mesh filter that is either gravity-fed or filtered through centrifugal force. These filters do not need to be replaced but rather should be cleaned about 2 to 4 times per year.
Next, entering storage. After the water passes through the pre-storage filtration, it is diverted into the water storage using pipe. But even this process has been designed to work precisely with the system. There is a healthy microbiological layer that forms on the bottom of the tank, known as the biofilm, and it helps keep the water clean. And to make sure that this layer is not disrupted, when entering the storage, water goes through a smoothing inlet. This sends the water into the tank in an upward motion rather than forcing water to the bottom.
After the rainwater entering the storage, then it will send the water into the tank in an upward motion rather than forcing water to the bottom. There are many different types of tanks. The most common are above and below ground polyethylene and above ground metal tanks. It is important to have high tank quality. It needs to be UV resistant and designed for potable water use. Rainwater storage can be placed below ground, above ground, or partially buried. The benefit of being above ground or partially buried are the cost is usually less, and you can also use the storage as a part of your landscape design. While the benefits of below ground storage are the storage is completely out of sight, but the cost of excavation will generally bring up the overall price up.
Next is pump. Every rainwater harvesting system includes a pump. There is little strain put on the pump compared to a well because the water isn't directly fighting gravity for hundreds of feet. Rather, the pump is simply mounted inside the water storage tank, and using a floating mesh water intake, it draws the water from about 4 inches below the surface where it is best. The water is then pumped out of the tank and sent to the filtration panel. The pump should be high quality and robust, but should the pump ever be damaged or need to be replaced, it is the quick job to replace the pump since it is very accessible.
Overflow or groundwater recharge. Whenever needed, the stored water can be pumped into water outlet pipes and ready to be used. The water in storage is filled to the top. It's sent out through an overflow device. This is specially designed to let the water flow out without compromising the inside of the tank to any outside sources. This water can be diverted into an animal water through a pond or can be sent into groundwater recharge.
Alright, let's look at the benefits of rainwater harvesting. Raising the groundwater level, controlling rainwater flow, reduce floods and soil erosion, preventing rainwater pollution, meeting water demands in dry season. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Bye.